Well, friends, I am back again today, and look what we have here. Just a 10-pound bag of potatoes. So I'm going to do a bunch more make-ahead holiday meals. Of course, you don't have to use this for any said holiday. It can just be a regular old Thursday. But what you can do now, since we are in the Thanksgiving season here in America, you can additionally make ahead and put some in the freezer for Christmas to give yourself a little break then. So what we are going to be working on today is I'm going to show you how to do mashed potatoes in a slow cooker. We're also going to do a homemade gravy that is freezer friendly, random kid running outside. And then we're going to do 2 different make ahead casseroles that are great for side dishes and also great for a meal. So you can tell lots of things going on outside in our world because it's also a 60-degree day, even though last night was 20. So we're working on projects. So in between all of that, I'm gonna make these meals for you. Yay. Okay, so I washed the potatoes. Now we're doing this a little different. One of my favorite ways to also do mashed potatoes is just to take the whole bag, put the whole potatoes after you've washed them in a great big stock pot, let them boil, then you let them cool a bit. The skins will come right off, and then you can have homemade mashed potatoes with no skins. Another way, though, that you can do mashed potatoes, and I did this in a video recently for my large family table community, you just wash potatoes, take them, you're going to want to cut them in smaller chunks. I do about 10 pounds of potatoes in my 10-quart slow cooker. Chunk them up smaller because they're going to cook a little faster, and then of course later we're going to mash them up and such. And that's how a lot of folks in my family, I like them with some chunks and even with some skins, okay? But today I'm going to show you, we're going to peel the potatoes, do them in their chunks, let them cook a few hours on high in the slow cooker, and make mashed potatoes from there. This is a great way with the upcoming holidays to get your mashed potatoes going in the morning and have fresh mashed potatoes that day for your holiday meal. Or like I said, just on a Thursday. So big pile of potatoes, big pile of peels. I'm just gonna dump these back into the colander there while I finish chopping these up. Then we will get everything over at one time to the slow cooker. I also have recipes for freezer-friendly mashed potatoes. I get asked about those often. The big thing with those is you're going to need to add a lot of cream, like cream cheese and butter to them, just to help with the freezing process and defrosting. And then you can warm them up in the oven or on the stove top or even in the slow cooker after you defrost them. So that's another make-ahead holiday and large family meals idea there. just for mashed potatoes in general. But I like to show you all kinds of ways. So I'm just chopping these up. And really, you know, I joke and I complain about peeling and chopping potatoes, but this hasn't even taken me 10 minutes so far from washing them, peeling them, and now chopping them down. So it's certainly very doable if you want to go this route. So here's all of our potatoes that we'll get in the slow cooker now. So I sprayed my 10-quart slow cooker with some nonstick spray. We're going to pour the potatoes in now. Then I'm going to add in about 3 tablespoons of minced garlic, some salt and pepper, and even a little bit of onion powder. Don't worry, the recipe will also be linked down below. And then we'll get going from there. Oh, and I'm going to add about 3 cups of milk to this while it's cooking. Later we will be adding more butter and more milk. Of course, if you don't want creamy mashed potatoes, or if you want to doctor it up another way, you can certainly do that. Okay, now I'm just gonna shake some salt and some pepper. We are gonna give it 1 or 2 stirs before we put the lid on. Sprinkle it on some onion powder. Working with my minced garlic. So here we are now before I stir and before I add the milk. So let's add the 3 cups of milk in. All right, so 3 cups of milk. We're going to pour it in. And I'm going to find something. Hold on, let me okay. And we will just give it 1 good stir here. Or 2. You see what I'm doing. I'm not messing with it much. All right. Putting the lid on. It's on high. Now, for this, you're going to have to eyeball it a little bit. Might take 2 hours on high, might take 3 hours on high. I think it took me about 3 hours on high the other day when I did this with the skins. I'm just letting you know it's not an exact science. It's going to depend on how many pounds of potatoes you're using, the size of your slow cooker, yada yada. But if you chop your potatoes down, they're going to cook a lot faster. So you just want to get it on high, get it going a couple hours in the morning, like on that holiday morning or on that Thursday morning. And later, we're going to come back, mash them up, mess with them some more, and I'll show you how that works out. Okay, step 1 of slow cooking genius. Don't be like Jamerrill. I was on my way outside. I looked at this. And the light's kind of reflected in here, so I thought this was lit up. Yeah. Slow cooker, not plugged in. That would have been really sad. 3 hours later. So now let's slow cook on high these potatoes. Yay. Alrighty, so it's been several hours here. Honestly, probably more hours than the potatoes have needed. I'm gonna get this cup of butter in the microwave and get it melted just a little bit, and then we're gonna mix 2 more cups of milk and the softened butter in the potatoes and get those mashed. So here are the potatoes, and I have my masher in my hand, one of my mashers. I'm just gonna break it up here and show it to you, but these are more than done. We just got busy. See, I'm still in my sweater, got busy outside with some stuff. So I'm gonna add the butter and milk now. So there's the butter. More than softened, I just melted that butter, huh? I know this is a dry measuring cup. Be gentle with me. I need to get more measuring cups. now we're dealing with a little bit of, I see those chickens looking at me, that's right. It was funny, okay. Subject jumping. Someone said I needed to get, what was it? I have the judgmental chickens. I need to get the accepting sheep. Something like that. Okay, anyway, back to the mixer. Anyway, you got tired mama now? I broke out the mixer. You can do your potato masher. These potatoes aren't quite as soft as I would like them yet. They're soft. They're good enough to be mashed potatoes, but they are not just mashing up as quickly as my arms want to mash right now. So I've enlisted my mixer. That's what mixers are for. Okay, so I'm giving Travis the preliminary bowl of mashed potatoes. I got them on low now, and they'll be fine on low for a couple hours. I'm gonna do the homemade gravy now, which is also make ahead and freezable. These mashed potatoes, I wouldn't make ahead and freeze. These would be something like you could do the day you need them, okay? But I will link my recipe for freezer-friendly mashed potatoes. But these turned out, look, very creamy, lovely, perfect. So, Mr. Travis is going to be the potato judge, and I'm going to make the gravy. So Travis is on his second bowl of mashed potatoes, so you approve, right? Yep, man over there, big old beard, second bowl of little pretty pioneer woman bowl of potatoes. It's just a little bit, right? Yeah. Okay, so I said I was doing gravy next. I'm actually going to do my cheesy hash brown potato casserole. That's just a quick mix up together. I promise it really will be quick. Get that in the oven. That can take up to 50 minutes in the oven. So while that's cooking, then we'll do the gravy. I am softening a whole onion here. We've got about a tablespoon of olive oil in our pan. And we will let this soften while we get the other ingredients ready. So the cheesy hash brown potatoes, disclaimer right now, I am opening cream of chicken out of the can. You need about 40 ounces or so of cream of chicken. So if you want to also do homemade cream of chicken, which I have also done before, you can also whip it up homemade and skip the stuff in the can or use it. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. So I'm going to open up both my cans. These are both 26 ounces, so we're actually going to have 50 ounces of cream of chicken. You don't need to have 50 ounces. The original recipe calls for 4 10.75 ounces. So if you couldn't find the family size cans, that's the standard size can. Let me see what else we need. 4 cups of sour cream, the 40 plus ounces of cream of chicken soup, and then I feel like there's one more thing. Oh, the onion that we're softening, salt and pepper. And then we're gonna add in about 64 ounces total. So I'll do 3 of these bags here of shredded hash browns. You can do half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. I am eyeballing it, of course. This recipe also calls for about 4 cups of shredded cheese. So we're gonna go ahead and mix 2 cups in now. Then we will top both of the casseroles with the remaining cheese. Onions still sizzling a little bit. Get in there, onion. That is your destiny. And cheese. And of course, what we always say, instead of a pint is a pint around the world, we say Jamerrill's handful of cheese is a cup of cheese around the world. Doesn't look like enough. I'm doing a little more. Okay, let me get my big mixing spoon now. Hey, do you want, can I give you a little job for a minute? Can you open up 2 sticks of butter for me and put them in there? And then put them in the microwave for a minute? Amelia's gonna help me. She's gonna get the butter melting because we're gonna do like a Ritz cracker. I got the store brand, of course, butter cracker topping.
So you're gonna crackers on it and butter.
Well, we're gonna melt the butter and mix it with crackers. And then we're gonna top and put more cheese on top, and then we're gonna bake it. We gotta soften our butter first though. There you go. There you go. So just put that in for a minute, honey. You got it for 2. Hold on, hit reset. There you go. Now just hit it 1 time and then hit start. Okay, honey, you pour the butter in. Voila. And then you can put the bowl in the sink for us. So now we are crushing about 4 cups of crackers, which these just melt in your hand like butter. And I'm actually going to put cheese on top of the casseroles and then the butter crackers. A few of those got away from me. And you can also put these in like a Ziploc bag and crush them that way. Now I should also add, if you were doing these cheesy hash brown potato casseroles and you were going to prepare them for the freezer, I'm just baking them tonight. I'll show you what they look like baked. You would wrap them and prepare them from the freezer after the cheese topping but before the crackers. Then you would freeze them. You can freeze them several months. Or make them, you know, 1 for Thanksgiving, 1 for Christmas, or 1 for Christmas and 1 for an Easter side dish, any way you want to do it. These also make a meal just fine. Anyway, freezer, then defrost, then continue to follow the recipe directions from, then you would do your cracker topping, and then you would bake once defrosted. Okay, but we're just going to get these in the oven. There's both of them. Yummy, yummy. Perfect. So those are going to bake at 350 for about 45-50 minutes. But in the meantime, let's get the gravy going. Okay, I really am still here and I really am going to do this gravy. So we are going to do 2 of these sticks of butter and get these softened in our skillet and go from there. Thank you. Big helper.
What are you making?
I'm doing some homemade gravy that'll go with our mashed potatoes. Now we're going to add in some onion powder and salt and pepper. It's about a teaspoon of each. Or not, or more. I'm eyeballing it and throwing things around. And then we're going to start also, this is measured out a cup of flour. And then there's a lot of whisking involved. Now you can use vegetable stock, beef stock, chicken stock, turkey stock, whatever kind of stock you have available. I have a mix. I've got a little bit of leftover chicken stock. And then Daniel just brought me 2 boxes of beef stock from the pantry. You can, of course, use your stock from your turkey or whatever you're cooking up. You can do homemade stock. Just stock it up any way you would like. And this is going to continue to thicken up as it cooks. Growing my gravy, gonna add in some more broth. So you want to bring it to a gentle boil, continue to whisk it till it's the desired consistency that you would like. I like to try to make my pan as full as possible. You understand this. So here is one of the 2 make-ahead cheesy hash brown casseroles. Again, if you want to make these and prep it and freeze it for an upcoming holiday or family meal, you will leave the cracker and butter crust off. You will do that later when you bake it, but you will just assemble it how we did, wrap it up, label it, put it in your freezer. Before you need it, like the day before, you will set it out into the refrigerator. And then on baking day, you will just follow the directions. Again, the link will be down below. Follow the directions with the butter and cracker topping, and then put it in your oven for about 45-50 minutes at 350. And then here is our second one. We will obviously not eat this tonight, but we will eat this over the next few days. Yay for make-ahead meals. Just realized I did not get a shot of these mashed potatoes once they were done to show you guys. So yeah, Travis already had 2 of those small Pioneer Woman bowls full. He approved. This is how they turned out, very creamy. I had them on low. They've been on low for about an hour. I just unplugged them because, again, we can't have burning mouths at dinner time. But and I get 10 pounds of potatoes, even though Travis had 2 sample bowls. Like, this isn't enough. So this is large family style, but if you have a large family, you're going to be like, no, Jamerrill, you should have done 20. So get 2 slow cookers going full, but you know, the consistency is great and everyone will love them. Yay. Well, friends, happy new day. So what I'm going to show you is what is left of the gravy. Now, my family ate all 10 pounds of those homemade mashed potatoes last night at dinner. It was not a problem. We have some gravy left, and I'm going to freeze that to add to my Thanksgiving gravy that we will be doing. But just telling you, you can make a hedge of gravy and freeze it for later, or the gravy that you make for Thanksgiving while you're making it. Go ahead and make some more, and then freeze that gravy for your Christmas dinners and such coming up. You can do it now, it'll help you later. Do all that. And of course, the gravy this morning is thick because it's been in the refrigerator overnight. That will all loosen up whenever it is warmed. Ooh, let's see if I can do this. Am I going to spill it? Don't spill, don't spill, don't spill. There we go. Saved it, saved it. So there we go. There's some make-ahead gravy that's going to go in the freezer. When I need it, probably day before Thanksgiving, I'm going to set it out, and then it'll just need to be warmed on low and whisked a little bit as you're heating it back up. I'll show you something else I just pulled out of the freezer. I'm going to put this back in. But this is make-ahead cranberry sauce. I have a recipe for it up over on largefamilytable.com. I'll also link it down below. You can do make-ahead homemade cranberry sauce in your slow cooker. Of course, this is another thing you can do on a holiday morning. Get it going along with those mashed potatoes. Also, you can do it ahead and freeze it for the big day, for the family dinner, holiday event, whatever you need it for. So look in the description below as well. I will have all of these recipes. Let's see, we did the make-ahead mashed potatoes in the slow cooker. We did the make-ahead gravy that's also freezer friendly. Then we did those cheesy hash brown potato casseroles that are make-ahead freezer friendly. I just have a lot, of course, mega and lots of make-ahead recipes for you. So just have a good old time in that description going through everything. Also go on over, see first off how to do cranberry sauce in your slow cooker, and then also get the make-ahead and freezable directions for that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic holiday with your family, fantastic get-togethers and all of those good things, and I'll see you real soon with another brand new video. Bye-bye.